Hi, welcome to another lesson at EDU Solutions Institute. Now, today's lesson, we'll be looking at the CSEC chemistry syllabus, and we're going to continue on the concept of mole. So, the last lesson, we looked at calculating mole or mass or the volume of gases produced by either just combination of different substances or by just using one substance. So let's tune today as we look at the final aspect of the mole concept, where we look at mole concentration as well as mass concentration. You might be wondering, what is mass concentration? What is mole concentration? Now, the word concentration is a widely used word. Now, concentration has to do with basic how much of something is in a standard amount. So if we say we make some juice and it is highly concentrated apple juice, then that means we put a lot of apple in a specific volume of liquids, water that we use to make that juice. So if we use that same principle when we talk about mass concentration, what we mean is the amount of the mass of a solute, and the solute is the one that is dissolving. Right? So in a solution, if we look at the mass of how much of what is being dissolved can be dissolved in 1,000 cm cube of the solvent, and the solvent would be what is doing the dissolving. So therefore, we find that mass concentration would be the mass of the solute over the volume of the solution that is created. And hence, we'll get a unit that is gram per dm cube. Because as we know here, if we have a 1,000 cm cube, that would be equal to 1 dm cube. Alright, so we know this relationship from our previous lessons. So we still use that relationship to show the difference between cm cube and dm cube. Because at this level, CSEC wants us to focus on using a lot more of dm cube as the unit for volume. Now, the next term is the molar concentration, which is sometimes referred to as molarity. And what molarity is, it's basically, instead of mass for mass concentration, it's the amount of moles of the solute that was able to dissolve in 1,000 cm cube of the solvent. And hence we get that molarity is a mole over the amount or the volume of the solution, and hence we get a unit that is mole per dm cube. So here that we now know what each term means, the concentration has to do with taking how much solute in a specific amount of solvent or solution. Right? So the confirmed amount is normally we focus on 1,000 cm cube, which is basically just 1 dm cube. Now, what this also links to us is to link a term that's called a standard solution. And what a standard solution is, it's basically making a solution that is of this volume, right, using a set amount of a specific mass. So therefore, we normally use this in a term that we call titration. And titration is a method that we're going to explore further on in the syllabus that talks about how we use known concentration, which would be our standard solution, to help to calculate or determine the concentration of unknown substances. Alright, so these two terms are very useful in our lessons in terms of mole. because we can actually use these principles with the same principle that we use in our previous lessons. So in terms of equations, we can use equations, talk about their molarity or their mass concentration. Alright, so that's it for today's lesson. It's a very short and interesting lesson that just gives us an idea of what these two terms are and how to calculate mass concentration and molar concentration. So that's it for us this week. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next week where we continue to learn more on the CSEC chemistry syllabus. Thank you.